First, open the GitHub repository for T-SIM7670G. Click on Code to download the repository. There are two ways to download. One is to use Git, and the other is to download the compressed zip file directly. Here, we choose to download the compressed zip file directly. After the download is complete, you will receive a compressed zip file. Extracting the compressed file will provide you with the example code. Open the extracted code file from the download. Right-click in the blank space, open the list, and click Open with VS Code. Open the platformio.ini file and find default DENBs. Uncomment the corresponding default ENBs based on the device and keep only one line active. Here, the src dir is set to ATDebug. Open the ATDebug example. Click the symbol in the lower left corner to compile. Before downloading the firmware, you need to put the device into download mode. First, locate the boot button on the device. Press and hold the boot button, then connect the device to USB while keeping the button pressed. This will enable the device to enter download mode. Click the to upload the firmware. Here, we first check the current version of the SIM7670G module. Open the serial port assistant. The AT command executed successfully. Send the command ape simcomati to check the firmware version of the SIM7670G. Open the code example you just downloaded. We use VS Code here to better view the documentation. Locate the update FAW file in the docs folder. Find the SIM7670G Flash Tools section and click the link next to it to proceed to the download page. Click the download button in the upper right corner. Extract the download tool package you just obtained. After extraction, you will have the download tool ready. Open the Update FW documentation in the docs directory of the code repository. Locate the firmware for SIM7670G. Here we select the latest version and click to open the link. Click the download button in the top right corner to download the file. Extract the SIM7670G firmware package you just downloaded. Launch the Flash Tools application. Select config keys216 USB as the project file, PRJ file. Select the firmware package you want to download and click Find the downloaded firmware package. After selecting the firmware, check the Burn All checkbox. You can now connect the device and initiate the firmware update process for the SIM7670G. To update the SIM7670G firmware, the module must be put into download mode again. Note that you need to keep pressing the boot button for several seconds. Only then will the Flash Tools utility be able to detect the module. First, connect the SIM7670G module using the micro USB interface. Locate the boot button and keep it pressed without releasing. Then connect the Type-C interface while ensuring the boot button remains pressed. You can open Device Manager to check if the device is properly recognized. It's important to note that the download mode has a time limit. If no action is taken after the port appears, the device will automatically exit download mode. In this case, repeat the previous steps to re-enter download mode. By maintaining the boot button press while connecting the Type-C interface, the device should be detected successfully. Open the Flash Tools utility, select the appropriate port, and click the download button. At this point, the firmware has been successfully updated. After the download is complete, press the reset button to query the firmware version. Let's compare the versions. Open the Serial Port Assistant and send the command T-SIM770G to check the firmware version. Entering T-SIM770G will display the current firmware version of the SIM7670G. After comparison, you'll notice that the firmware version of the SIM7670G module has been successfully updated.